It's race day at the Formula 4 Southeast Asia Championship. Young drivers from around the region are suiting up to become the series' first ever champion. Battling nerves, pressure, and the unbelievable heat. Plenty of race action coming up. This is the Formula 4 Southeast Asia Championship.
Hello and welcome to the Formula 4 Southeast Asia Championship. I'm Renai Mathieu and I'm joined by Daniel Woodruff as we get ready for something super exciting, the first ever Formula 4 Championship to be held in the region.
It's been a lot of hard work behind the scenes bringing the FIA Formula 4 format to Asia. The technicians have worked tirelessly to bring the cars up to speed and the drivers have gotten to know their cars.
Race day is finally here. We're all set for a blistering season ahead.
The Formula 4 Southeast Asia Championship is all set to spark an evolution in regional motorsports. One of 12 FIA-certified Formula 4 series in the world, it marks the first step up from karting to single-seater Formula racing.
But now the FIA is saying it's F4, F3, F2 and F1. And along the way, the winners, the top 10 in each championship earn FIA Super License points.
And with the Super License point system, it also means that drivers are rewarded properly for their achievements at this level of motorsport.
As the world's most cost-effective Formula 4 series, it costs €100,000 for the 6-event 30-race championship, or around €16,000 for a one-off event. The series ensures a fair and even platform for competition through a number of key features. It's a one-team championship. Drivers have the same access to services provided by Meritus GP, such as engineering, coaching and data analysis. All drivers race the FIA F4 homologated race car. And the open data policy allows drivers access to not only their own sessions information, but the data of others to encourage faster learning. Racing happens over 6 events. There are 30 races all up, which means over 300 track hours for the drivers. It kicks off right here at Sepang International Circuit in Malaysia, with rounds to be held in Clark, Philippines, Central Indonesia and Buriram, Thailand. Championship points are distributed each race, 25 points for first all the way down to 1 for 10th. The points add up for an eventual winner and the right to be crowned the first ever Formula 4 Southeast Asia champion. But that's not all. The top-performing drivers at the end of the season will be rewarded with their first Super License points. Handy for a possible future at the pinnacle of motorsports.
The drivers are excited. I'm excited. Dan, you've been here before. How do you get over those first stage jitters?
Well, for any driver in his first race, it's completely normal to be a little bit nervous. If anything does go wrong at the start, they're probably going to stall the car or have a jump start. But from what I know, as soon as those red lights go off, all they're going to be thinking about is winning.
That winning feeling, it's all about that. And this track, what's so special about it?
Well, for one, Sepang is an extremely technical circuit, and it's a great place for the drivers to hone in on their craft.
Yeah, I think it's a great track for the drivers to learn on.
If you can drive this track, you can drive any track in the world without a doubt. Sepang International Circuit is a 5.5 kilometre circuit. It's got 15 corner. A lot of drivers coming from karts into Formula 4 find the braking zones into turns 1, 4 and 15 hard, and corners of 12 and 5 and 6, the very high-speed corners, they find that that's the biggest challenge.
One of the most trickiest corners on the circuit is turn 11. The trick here is to turn a little earlier and carry a good amount of entry speed and get on the power earlier than you expect.
And then finally around the dropping down into turns 12, 13 and then up again to 14, where you try and carry as much speed as possible for the run onto the straight, and then try and get your line perfect for turns 15.
An off camber, left-handed hairpin, which is second gear, but it's also got a nice crest in the middle, which makes it really tricky for the drivers, because if they don't go through the crest and they go around it, they kind of just, the front pushes away and then the rear swings out and the whole lap is destroyed. I'd say the trick is 95%, get the 15 corners right, you put a really good lap together.
Race each race as if it was your last. Give it 110%, leave nothing. Leave it all on the track, just maximum effort, as hard as you can, yeah.
Time to hit the track. On a blistering hot afternoon for qualifying, it would be Aussie ace Jordan Love that would have the hottest lap. The Asia Cup Series champion secures pole position with a lap time of 2 minutes 11.638 seconds. Jordan Love will be joined up front by Singapore's Daniel Frost, just 0.4 of a second behind. Homeboy Nazim Azman starts in the second row of the grid in third, New Zealand's Fain Kahia alongside him. Indonesia's Presti Martono heads the third row, with number 33, India's Akash Gowda, in sixth.
So we've just seen the highlights from qualifying. Top of the timesheets, Jordan Love, how was your round?
Yeah, excited for race one, first race of the championship. Yeah, as you said, we made a couple of changes within me, my driving. You know, I was over-driving a little bit in some places, so if I can fix that, I think there's a tenth or two there, and then also we've stiffened up the rear end of the car a bit, so hopefully that's a bit better through the high-speed stuff, and yeah, should be good. Didn't come easy, got a pretty bad start.
He had a little bit of a delay. I took Jordan at the start. I got him around the outside the start, just took my advantage.
We stayed in second for the majority of the race and was just pushing.
I started off fourth. Unfortunately, I got a really bad start. Car started creeping, I didn't want a penalty. I pressed the brake, and as I pressed the brake, the lights went out.
The whole back section of the track, it was going on and on and on.
I managed to get third position by the fourth turn.
Hold him around for like 7 laps, but he managed to take me at the end. I made a few mistakes, so he saw it and took the opportunity.
I think it was about three laps from home and managed to get the move done, and the aim from there was just, you know, head down, keep pushing, and yeah, managed to do that.
I was catching them, it was great, and by the third to last lap, I saw that I had no one behind me, and I had, you know, a lot of distance in front of me, but I was gaining on them, so I thought, hey, I might take a couple of risks, and they didn't pay off, but I didn't lose out, so.
And I tried to catch him, but he was too fast. But when I was in front of him, I made 11.8, but he was still quicker, so he made 11.7 at the end.
Yeah, really happy to come away with the win. Didn't come easy, but yeah, I think there's still more to find in definitely me and the car, so I think we'll work hard.
Yeah, it was a great race. Jordan, he was too fast for me. He has a lot of experience, so I think next time I'll be able to take him.
Yeah, I'm super stoked with the podium. Things to learn, I still learnt a lot, and the car still felt great, and I still had good pace, so I'm pretty confident for race 2.
Jordan with a pole to flag win in a time of 22 minutes 8.127 seconds. Daniel Frost coming in second after that hard-fought battle. Number 55, Fane Kahir, secures the last spot on the podium. As the highest placed rookie in fifth, India's Mohammad Nalwala gets the rookie win for race 1. Race 1 done. After the break, how did it feel to put pedal to the metal for the first time in Formula 4? Plus, more racing drama.
Faster than me, so I tried to go around the outside. Didn't work so well.
Yeah, it's similar to the last race that I had. I was a lot closer to the leaders than race 1.
And I just like made a bit of mistakes, so he pulled a little bit, and then he kept pulling a bit, and then after that I tried to concentrate on my lines, and I got a bit faster. It was a good lap. It was 10.9, but it wasn't good enough to catch Jordan, so I just maintained and concentrated on my racing.
The aim from there was just try and keep that gap, that nice comfortable gap, and we managed to do that all the way to the end, so perfect.
Another win for Jordan Love. He had an easier run this time out with Daniel Frost crossing a cool 2.46 seconds behind him. Kiwi Fane Kahir comes third. In the race for the Rookie Award, Mohammad Nalwala crossed the finish line first, but a starting procedure infringement meant a penalty, and rookie winner for the race was awarded to the Malaysian Ishraf Danish.
For some of these young drivers, it's a big jump from go-karting to Formula racing, but the championship is running full speed ahead now, especially for one driver, Jordan Love, who seems to have taken the win in 2 races. Things could change, though, in race 3.
In race 3, we'll have a starting grid where the top 5 drivers who finish in race 2 will feature on a reverse starting grid. That means that instead of starting on pole position, Jordan Love will be starting in 5th.
That could make things really interesting.
With the top 5 finishes subject to a reverse grid, homeboy Ishraf Danish starts from pole, fresh from a confidence-boosting rookie win. Joining him in front, India's Akash Gowda.
Very good start, managed to pip a couple positions at the start of the race.
I didn't really have the greatest of start. Everyone else had a much quicker, so I dropped out a few places. I didn't really lose my time, so I caught up actually to them, so it made me actually catch up a lot of drivers, and I just hope for mistakes, and they actually did get mistakes, so it was really good for me, and I could catch up a lot of people, and I took turn 9, turn 15, etc. Actually, at one point I was P2 and Fane was right in front of me, and I tried to go around the outside, but it didn't really work. We saw a car crash, but there was actually no yellow flag, so it was actually really dangerous, but we both managed to miss it out.
Out of nowhere, there's a car parked in the middle of the track. Had to take avoiding action and then lost the spot to Daniel.
Yeah, it was a yellow flag and safety car came out, so good for me and unfortunate for Fane.
I was actually unhappy because the people behind got up.
Basically held position. I had a few people trying to dive bomb in on me, but I shut the door and made sure they stay behind me.
Towards the last lap, actually I was third and then I made it to second.
Did find myself back into third.
And then I made a slight mistake.
Turned 4, gained it back.
That put me to third place.
And then found myself in second to the remainder of the race.
Yeah, other than that, it was really great as I pulled away at the end for about 4 seconds.
It's Singapore's Daniel Frost that takes top honours in Race 3 with his maiden Formula 4 Southeast Asia win. The Kiwi car here secures second place, while India's Akash Gowda is standing tall with his first podium win in third. With a fourth place finish, Indonesia's Presley Martono secures the rookie trophy. By a twist of fate, number 79 Jordan Love does not finish the race, neither would pole sitter Ishraf Danish. After an eventful Saturday, the pack breaks for home to rest ahead of a race-filled Sunday. We're off for a quick break too. Coming up, the safety car gets another run out. Plenty of action when we return. Welcome back to the Formula 4 Southeast Asia Championship. Sunday is a race-filled day starting with Race 4. The positions of the grid were determined by the driver's second fastest lap times from qualifying. Jordan Love is joined up front by Malaysia's Nazim Azman. Singapore's Daniel Frost and Kiwi Fane Kahia start on the second row.
This race we really just wanted to go out and see what we can do after a terrible result in the last one. Started off pole position, kept wanting to slip off the clutch, so I was really concentrating on just not jumping the start. If I got a bad start, we could always race forward from there, but I think the main thing was just don't jump the start because the penalty's so huge over here. So yeah, didn't manage to do that, but still managed to lead into turn 1, and so I was really happy with that.
Yeah, another very consistent race. Start getting a little better. Fortunately, I again made some pretty safe moves during the first turn, and I avoided a pretty major incident.
It was a great start, probably the best out of the grid. I pushed up right beside Jordan at the start, in between Nazim and Jordan. I tried to go around the outside of Jordan, but didn't work so well, so I kept it with 2. At the end of the lap, I didn't really have that good of a race, and so at turn 11, I went off, I spun, dropped back to dead last, try to get back my positions, and luckily that was a safety car, so it saved me half a straight, so it was really good, and I could catch up to everyone else.
So from then on, I was in third. So I was behind him for about a lap or 2, right up on him. He managed to hold me off, so he was doing some pretty good driving. But yeah, it was great, passed him into the last turn and managed to get back into a higher podium.
And everyone in front of me were about 1 second slower, so it was really good for me to overtake them. And I ended up with a third.
So it was Jordan, Fane and Daniel on the podium for Race 4. An emphatic run for Jordan, keeping him in championship contention. Mohammed's 5th place finish ensures he secures his second rookie award of the weekend. Race 4's fastest lap times would determine the starting positions for Race 5. With the top drivers within tenths of a second of each other in lap times, this was setting us up for a close race. Jordan Love in pole, Daniel Frost alongside him, Fain Kahia, Nazim Azman, Akash Gowda and Mohammad Nawala in positions 3, 4, 5 and 6 on the grid.
It was a great race, yeah. I started second. Luckily for me, he had the jump starts.
Fortunately for me and Daniel, that means we're automatically promoted. Made the move on Daniel to jump into P1, which was cool.
Fain, he got me on turn 9 and I wasn't really happy about that, so I just stayed behind him till like turn 14, get my run up and take him on on the straight, but he missed shift, so it was really good for me, so I could catch him down the straight. And yeah, I took him down at turn 15 around the outside.
Daniel